Hey y'all, welcome back to something different. I have never talked about this on my channel before, and I'm really excited to be honest. But I have recently finished season 3 of Jujutsu Kaisen, and if you have not seen this anime before, I suggest you click off and watch every episode of all 3 seasons and watch the movie as well, so you can truly understand what I'm going to speak about. And of course, if you have not finished the season yet, spoiler alert, I hate to break it to you, but I'm going to talk about it. Season 3 has been my favorite season of JJK so far, and I didn't think that they could do anything that would ever replicate or outdo what they did with season 2, especially with the way that season 2 began when it comes to like hidden inventory, talking about Gato and Gojo's backstory together, becoming friends, and how Gato became what he became, as we saw in JJK Zero. But I'm not gonna get into that. But like the way that they were able to bring that story into it and really get you captivated with that sort of backstory, and showing how Gojo could have possibly been a bad person if he didn't meet somebody like Gato. And then also just leading up to the Shibuya incident, and then seeing all those fights that began to happen, seeing Toji come back after being introduced to Toji in the hidden inventory arc of the entire season, seeing him come back, fight his son, kill a special grade in their domain without any cursed energy, just cursed tools, really recognizing that he was fighting his son. And then I can't say that on YouTube. I don't think so, because I think it would get my video taken off the site. But like, he did what he did after he realized that Megumi was his son, and then Megumi right after that runs into what's his name, Hakurate. I don't remember his name. It's the guy that has the little like strikes under his eyes, and it's all like his lucky moments in life, and every time he gets close to dying, one of those takes away. So he has like when he runs out of those, he has no more luck. I forgot his name. He's the guy who fought Nobara, and Nanami grabbed his ponytail like that. But he runs into him, and then he calls out Mahoraga, and then Sukuna fights Mahoraga and destroys Tokyo. Tokyo is genuinely destroyed by this. And then also Sukuna before that fought Jogo. Oh my god! And then before that, what's it called? Yuji fought Choso, and then Choso got the image of Yuji being his brother. And like, there's just so much shit that happened during this time. Gojo getting sealed because he got caught by surprise by Kenjaku using Gato's body. There's just so many different things that happens in the season. And of course, the end fight where it's Yuji and Mahito fighting together after, of course, Nanami dies. And then Nobara, I don't know if she died for real, because of course I've never read the manga, so I really don't know, but presumably she's dead because she gets her head fucking blown off. But it's anime. They both die. Yuji kind of goes into this episode, and then Todo comes back, gets him back locked in, and then he does like 4 black flashes in a row and defeats Mahito, gives him the big speech. Mahito runs away, runs into Kenjaku, and then Kenjaku absorbs him. After that, Yuji's not allowed to go back into Jujutsu High School. He's not allowed to go back. Gojo's still sealed, but he's also wanted by death by everybody, and all this other stuff. We go into season 3, automatically you see Yuji. He's fucking going through it. He cannot wash the blood off his hands, and he feels immense guilt, which is natural. And I feel like they're attacking his guilt in a very cool way this season, where like everybody's trying to downplay it, where he's like, you didn't do it, Sukuna did it. But he's also he's not having it. He's not trying to give himself the excuse. He feels like he could have stopped Sukuna, and he could have fought back against him, but he ate the 10 fingers at the time, and then Sukuna took over after he ate the 10 fingers. And he feels immense guilt for that. But in the first episode, him and Choso are walking around trying to find like different curses and kill them, and like just clear out Tokyo, because Tokyo is full of curses at this time. And then they run into Nyowa Zenin, and I believe Yuta. Yeah, Yuta pulls up. Yuta kills him. And then they show Nyowa's technique, because he gets introduced in this season. Nyowa is very fast. Every time I see him on screen during my rewatch of the season, I've just been singing Bubble Pop Electric in my head. If you know, you know. But yeah, he gets fucking dogged. of course, by Choso later on because he's not strong enough. But my whole thing, I'm not trying to do a whole recap of this season. My favorite episodes. This season has like 3 of my top 5, 6 fights in this anime so far, and it has like Maki versus the Zenin clan. Oh my god. I did not think they could top that this season. Genuinely, I did not think they could. Because the way that she just like she turned the fuck up. That was the most Toji looking shit I've ever seen in my life. She is the reincarnation of Toji, 100 million %, because of what she like. I can't put into words how impressive that shit was. And like, she was the last person that you would expect to do it, judging off of the first few seasons because of the way she was hoed and everything like that. But man, fucking aura, and the way that Naoya got his head slammed in. I don't know if he's dead for real. I don't know. I don't know if he's dead for real. But his fucking tickle punches, oh my god, he does no damage. It's crazy. Nobody that he's ever fought has felt damage from him. I don't understand his technique. His technique is trash. Like, I genuinely can't understand his technique. I don't know if he's that strong. I don't know how much curse energy goes behind his punches, but he doesn't do any fucking damage. I don't know if he comes back later on or gets resurrected or some shit, because he got stabbed in the back by Maki's mom. But I genuinely don't know how he could ever be a good fighter at all. The power scaling, he's probably at the bottom of my like special grade list. But yeah, she kills him. She killed everybody in the Zenin clan that was there. And then the Zenin clan ends up not being a part of the big 3 anymore. That's what was said in that end of that episode. After that, they start going into the culling game, all that stuff, all the little filler shit. I wouldn't call it filler because it is important, but some of it is genuine filler of you just trying to catch you up to what they're trying to do in this moment. And then they go into Yuji fighting up against lawyer guy. I don't remember his name. I don't know how to pronounce it, but lawyer guy. Shout out to lawyer guy because he's weird. He's genuinely one of the weirdest characters I've ever seen in anime, but also he has an obvious like good and bad system that he lives by. And when they introduced him, I didn't know if he would be a sorcerer, but obviously he is, and he has a Shikigami and a domain, which is crazy. Is it a Shikigami or is it just part of his domain? It looks like a Shikigami, kind of like it's kind of similar to what Rika is. And one thing for sure, you have to rewatch every fucking episode of JJK because it is so damn confusing. Even when they explain everything to you, it will confuse you every fucking time. But that fight that he had against Yuji, where Yuji got the retrial and then he was completely honest and said, I killed them, because at the end of the day, Yuji is fighting this current internal battle where he feels nothing but guilt, and everybody is trying to make him deny that guilt and push away from that guilt, when he feels like that would be dismissive to what actually happened. Because to be honest, it like, I'm not saying it's fully his fault, because it's like 1% his fault, but it still is his fault at the end of the day. He wasn't able to stop Sukuna. In his mind, that's what I'm saying. I don't blame Yuji at all, but in his mind, that is what he thinks. And everybody kind of denying it is making him more like adamant on the fact that it is his fault. And also shout out to Hakari, shout out to Panda, shout out to, I forgot his name, the guy with the glasses that got clapped. Panda's like homeboy, the one that raised Panda. He's dead. I don't know if he comes back. I think it's like the headmaster guy, but he's dead. He got ripped. I don't even know who killed him. I don't remember. It's the guy with the guitar. I don't remember what Cuz is. I don't remember his power. I have to rewatch. Like I said, you have to rewatch every damn episode of this show. But he gets clapped. Panda gets really sad, and he starts fighting in the same like little fighting ring that Hakari has with the one girl. I forgot her name right now. No, it's Kiara. Is that what it is? Kiraria. I don't know how to pronounce that shit. Hate to break it to you, but they go into there. They get Hakari out. It's a good little episode time. It's not at all a bad episode. I think it's really good. I actually do think that they like attack that very well when it comes to Panda and Megumi finding out what her technique is, and then Yuji and like Hakari talking in there, and then they don't end up showing their fight because they're kind of still hiding Hakari's curse technique. They have not shown it yet. I'm not even playing. Like they showed one little snippet of it, and then they said that Hikari's technique is very much like a modern sorcerer, but they didn't really say what it is. And we haven't seen him fight yet, and we won't see him fight for another year. We got 12 episodes, guys. Can we fucking get more, please? But yeah, they showed like a sneak peek of that. Of course, then Yuji fought after that because he went to that different side of they went to the Culling game, and they ended up in different sides of the Culling game. Megumi ends up fighting Receipt Paper Guy, and then they also meet up with his name is Takeba, I believe. He was very, I'm not gonna lie, I was very humored by this part of the episode, but also he is damn near the strongest person in the verse, and they mention it in the show. They say he's basically like the same level as Gojo, but he doesn't know how to use his technique. So he just kind of does shit. Like, he comes out of everything unscathed, and he beats the shit out of everybody. That is exactly what happens. And then Receipt Paper Guy gets stuck into Megumi's domain. Megumi does his domain. That's like a big fucking thing. But Megumi's one of the smartest fighters in the show, because he's not the strongest, he's not the fastest. He's potential man for sure, but he's still smart as shit. And he does a really good job in this season of kind of like redeeming his current, like, what people think about Megumi currently. He redeems it within this one, because in season 2 he doesn't really do much. Season 1 near the end he has that big moment when they fight the special grade, but in those other 2 seasons he was basically like viewed as like, oh yeah, his dad's Toji, he's gonna be a demon, but he doesn't really do much. These episodes he does start cooking. I'm not gonna lie. This is probably his best fight of the series so far, and I do really enjoy watching this fight. Receipt Paper Guy was a dog. He was very smart and very adaptable within battle, and he is like one of the older sorcerers from the Culling game. I'm not explaining the Culling game rules. I hate to break it to you. And I said in my last video, my nose is stuffy as shit, so I sound pretty weird, but I wanted to record this one anyway. That battle against Receipt Paper was nice, and I didn't think they'd be able to like I was like, okay, this is really good, but it still hasn't overtaken what Maki did, because that fight was fucking unreal. And then Yuta Okkotsu gets on camera, and then he meets up and he fights Jane Juliet. I don't know anybody's name. Let's LARP, you know. JJK memes are very funny right now. I know they're corny. I don't care. Let's LARP, bro. I fucking love this fight. This is probably one of my favorite fights in anime history. I'm not playing. The sequence that happens in this episode, I watched JJK dubbed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not at the capacity, to be honest, to watch anything sub. I used to watch sub anime a lot, but now at this point I have too much going on at one moment to just look at a screen all the time and then just read subtitles. I had to for the last 3 episodes because my friend Brandon, he was like, yo, you have to watch these episodes. You're Japanese. I don't fucking care. They are great episodes. It's like they're calling this the episode of the year because he's read the manga. He knows what's happening. So I'm like, okay, I'll listen to my boy. I'll, watch this episode. Shout out to Brandon, because I would have still not have watched this because it's still not in English, and I'm gonna rewatch it when it is in English because I want to see how the English like voice actors did and stuff. Let's eat. Let's eat our dessert. Let's get our dessert. The triple domain expansion, and that fuck ass Roach ruins it. But that Roach, trash. That old fuck, I don't even remember what his technique was. I think it was Yuta uses it because his move is copy, and I saw people arguing who's the better copy ninja, Yuta or Kakashi. I think Kakashi would beat Yuta in a fight, but Yuta's the better copy ninja because he actually uses his technique more than like a few times for a gimmick. Like Yuta actually is a copy ninja. He continuously uses copy, and they show you how copy is used. He has Bonito Flakes. Fuck, what's his name? I should have came here prepared with names. Shouldn't I? I should have came prepared with a script. I just want to talk about the shit because I'm still reeling after it, because that fight was insane. The way that Yuta was able to get Jane Juliet. I'm going to keep calling him Jane Juliet. The way he was able to get him with his own move while after losing Rika's control, because it was 5 minutes and Rika had to go away. Yuta was able to fight off Jane Juliet, who has the strongest cursed energy ever. Oh my god! Like, my words can't truly explain how amazing this fight was. Because the girl, I forgot her name. I forgot her name, but she was fucking wild too in the air. I can't put into words how much Yuta Kotsu moved me in this fight. Because at the end of the fight, everyone's alive. He just wanted their points. Like, he got. These are two ancient sorcerers who have extreme powers, who were running around during times where like fucking like Sukuna was around and shit. And they actually, no, they had beef with like Yuta's ancestors and shit. One of them did. They mentioned it. But like, him being able to have that sort of battle IQ to win all those fights by himself, fucking mastermind. Insane. It moved me on a different level. Because I knew Yuta was extremely strong. But to see the way that his overseas trip really honed his skills, and he's actually a lot more intelligent when it comes to like battle IQ now. Because that whole fight is just him showing off his battle IQ. And I keep saying, because fuck. I'm like, that shit captivated me for such a long time. And I'm going to rewatch it today. Because it's just, I don't know why they want us to wait a year. Just wait like 3 months and then drop new episodes. Get us some shit for the summer. Give us 3 episodes for the summer at least. JJK, stop fucking playing with me. I want both parts of the Culling game. I want every part of the Culling game. Every part. I want... Because we just ate for this beginning of the year. We were eating all year. Now you're going to take it from us? I saw there was like the Crunchyroll Awards. They were doing that shit, and I was voting on those. I was hoping JJK was a part of them. But by the end of the year, people might forget about how good this season was. Because I think the season's over, or they're going to cut it into like... I think the season's over, and they're just going to do like Culling Games Part 2 as a separate season, or they're just splitting the seasons by a fucking year. But... like, I'm literally going to have kids by then, bro. I won't even have time. But... that's crazy to think about. But not seeing what happens after that, where they're all of them have the amount of points that they need to switch up the rules, and then, you know, be able to fight Kenjaku. Because the thing I like about this show is that other animes, they tend to be like, oh, let's have a fair fight. They about to jump him. They want to jump him. Like, I like that they understand we're not having no fair fights with nobody. They want to jump his ass. And I fuck with it. I already know some grimy is going to happen. I'm really excited to see what happens next. That's why I'm talking about it. And if y'all want to see more anime content, just let me know. Leave me some recommendations, low-key, because, damn, I need some new shit to watch while this is gone. I need something else to watch. And all these other people, I remember when JJK was ending, they said it was a bad ending. I don't know anything. Do not spoil shit in the future in my comments. Leave me alone. Genuinely do not spoil a fucking... I'm not playing. Don't spoil me. See y'all next time. Peace.